For those of you that don't know, I'm almost done with Hypixel Skyblock. I mean, at least until they start releasing new updates like the new Mare update that has been shown on Alpha. I'm very close to being done. I'm level 455. Level 457 is the highest level attainable. I mean, technically 458 if you count all the Hoppities RNG garbage, but level 455. So what comes with that is sometimes you gotta bestiary grind. And one of the toughest, although it makes a pretty decent amount of money, is the Ashfang grind. It's almost worse, now not quite, but it's almost worse than sitting in Party Finder for M7 and then running 2 runs and having the party to spam, because you gotta find the party, you gotta find people that can actually play it, and then you have to teach people the most efficient way to kill Ashfang. And so while I was doing these Ashfang runs, because you have to do 1,000 of them in order to finish the Ashfang bestiary, I decided to optimize it. Well, me and some of my viewers in chat, at least, the people that I was playing with. And so we decided to go for the Ashfang time world record. Because, you know, you might as well. A lot of people probably don't care about it. I just want to get good times, and if everybody's trying to get the quote-unquote world record, whether it is or whether it isn't, it's going to be way faster of a grind. So that's what we did. But boys, before we get into the video, I do want to ask you guys to please scroll down and subscribe. We are going for 30K and the YouTube rank, and every subscription helps me out immensely. I also stream at twitch.tv/theogyadi, so make sure to check me out there, and let's get into the video. You get YouTube rank by the end of summer, you'll do a 3-build giveaway since you're bored. Boys, wait. Let me reiterate that. If I get YouTube rank by the end of summer, Scaps will donate and give away 3 billion coins. The ball's in your court. So basically what would happen is we'd be doing Ashfang and we'd think, there must be a faster way to do this. And so we started to discover some crazy optimizations. Now most of these are known by a lot of other players, but a lot of them are gate-kept. When I initially first wanted to get into Ashfang and just wanted to get parties, I asked somebody that was in like this Ashfang Discord if I could get an invite so that I could, you know, join parties, grind Ashfang. It wouldn't be that hard to find parties. And you know what they said? They said no. Nope. They said, no, he's gonna ruin Firevale prices with his Ashfang videos. And so, you know, I'm kind of a petty man. This video isn't really about ruining prices of Firevale wands, but if it happens to do that, oh, I guess it kind of sucks to be them. It kind of sucks to be the people that grind Ashfang. Now, since this has happened, this was like half a year ago. Most of those people probably don't even grind Ashfang anymore, but I would like to point out that Firevale wands are just as expensive as they've always been. 14.4 mil per Firevale wand. That's super good. You sell them for 15 mil or higher, that's super good. But we started to make optimizations so I didn't have to run around trying to solo the boss like this poor man right here. Because soloing bosses takes like over 3 minutes a boss. You're going to get like 15 Ashfang an hour. At that rate, it takes 67 hours to max Ashfang. That is not fun. And in order to optimize it, we discovered a few things. One of the biggest optimizations that we discovered is called the well skip. Now, what is the well skip? Well, you see, whenever you have these gravity followers, right? These gray gravity followers that freeze you and that make you so that you can't use your abilities, you have to drag them into one of these things that spawn. It's called a well. Well, haha, get it? Pun intended. You see how it's spawning? Basically, the well skip is when you can get 2 sets of blazes, 2 sets of the gravity blazes, in one set of these wells, because they spawn a little bit after the phase starts. And it is possible. And we were able to achieve that, and it cut so much time off of all the runs we were doing. Other optimizations included like mage shooting the eyes for the tank first round. You can actually smack Ashfang when all the followers are dead in order to spawn another phase quicker. Other optimizations would be if you don't miss eyes, you only need all of the red or mage followers for the 3rd phase in order to kill it. You guys may be asking, well, you know, you're making all these optimizations, is it even worth it? And I would say, hell yes it is. Because all of the optimizations that we made led to us getting between 45-second and 50-second bosses on average. You know what that equates to? That's like 45 bosses an hour. And it did pay off, because as of right now, we have achieved the Ashfang world record. Let's show you the clip right now. Okay, let's remember this time. Let's remember. 3. I got tagged. This one's tough. Good. Holy sh! Holy sh! 44? It started at 3, right? It started at 3? That's 44. Now, some people will probably be in the comments, oh, I've seen faster, I've heard faster. Nobody, and I've been streaming Ashfang for quite a long time, nobody up until this point has called me out, said, hey, I have a faster time, faster run, it's been timed out, blah, blah, blah. There's no category in speedrun.com, nothing. Nobody has come out and said it, nobody's had video proof. So as of right now, I'm saying I have the world record. I mean, the world record team deserves to be congratulated for how quickly we were able to complete Ashfang. The only other optimization that you could possibly make is not having Tank shoot the second eyes. Mage can shoot it so that Tank can spawn right away. But if we do that, then Tank doesn't get bestiary. And obviously, who wants to grind Ashfang if you're not getting bestiary for it? You don't even get drops either, right? So you wouldn't be making the money. You wouldn't be making the 63 mil an hour that Ashfang makes. Damn. Damn. Oh, wait a minute. That's, again, like... So now we're to the point in the video where, like, I really didn't want to make these into 2 separate videos, so I'm making them into one big video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little world record part of this video, but now I would like to go over Ashfang because it is quite complicated, an Ashfang guide, part of my fully comprehensive guide series, but you know, this is more in-depth because Ashfang just has a lot to it. Now, obviously, doing this successfully, you can have up to maybe more than 45 bosses an hour, which as of Firevale prices right now, equates to about 63 mil an hour. Now, this does not account for spell powder, but spell powder is very easy to get. Most of the time, you're going to have finished Mage Outlaw before you even move on to grinding Ashfang. That's just what most people do. In order to have efficient Ashfang bosses, you need 4 players. The Mage. The Mage's job is to gyro twice, shoot the first set of gravity eyes, kill all of the reds, which are the ones affected by mage damage, obviously. Mages should be on the Silky Reforged with tons of crit damage, and should have a claymore in order to help melee blue followers or the melee followers for Ashfang. That's why you want to be on Silky, so that you can help melee, because if you're on Bazaar or Sighted, you are not going to be able to do enough melee damage, and it's going to be harder to get those fast boss times. The next role you will need is you will need a tank. All Tank needs is Jingle Bells and the ability not to die. Use something like the Glacial Reforge or whatever Reforge gives you a ton of health. I know that there's one like Healthy could help. You could use Blue Whale. Whatever you need to use so that you don't die, because you're not going to be doing any damage as Tank. Tank's job is to attract all of the gray gravities that spawn right away and pull them away from the middle gyro, because every phase is gyroed, so the mage does not get frozen. So the mage can continue to deal damage. The tank needs to grab all the gravities and drag them out. The tank is also the main one responsible for the well skip. It makes a lot of sense. The tank shoots the second set of gravity eyes. The tank must also turn on flame particles and or have SPE for well waypoints. Otherwise, it'll be very hard to predict where the wells will spawn. But if you have well waypoints on, you'll just be able to look at the waypoints and see exactly where you need to be going for the second phase in order to complete the well skip. The last 2 people you need are both Burzes. In order to have fast bosses, you need 2. You can do bosses with only 3 people, so Tank, Mage, Burz. However, it's a lot more difficult to finish the second phase blues, because second phase is the hardest phase. It is the phase that requires the most coordination, and it needs to be the fastest to actually have fast time. Requirements for burrs would be to deal at least 1 million damage a hit. You need maximum attack speed, and you can actually bypass the 1 mil damage a hit cap, soft cap, using a Ragnarok axe. One burst is also responsible for the second phase gyro and for spawning the third phase of followers. You should use your tier 3 Death Ripper dagger because it does 3.5 times damage to blazes. And actually, if you don't care about wiping the enchants on your Death Ripper dagger, or they're not like tier 7 enchants, One for All Death Ripper dagger is the highest damage output to melee followers for Ashfang. I would only recommend doing this if you don't have tier 7s or if you have a lot of Ashfang to do. So here we go, getting into the phases themselves. In order to start, Mage will gyro all of the blazes that spawn into the middle. The timing needs to be accurate. Usually you want to gyro when the followers are falling and are about 3 to 5 blocks above the ground. It might help you to start outside and jump in. That's what I always did. An example would be you spawn it, jump in, gyro. The only ones that actually matter on the gyro are going to be blue and reds. Sometimes gravities get taken, sometimes they don't, because it is then the tank's job to grab the gravities and bring them out. The bursts' job, phase 1, is very simple. They simply just smack the blue ones. It's very, very easy. Phase 1 is actually the least important phase because you are time capped. The tank's job is to drag out the followers just like I did and bring them into a well. As soon as they are in that well, the tank should be running back to the middle and immediately start smacking Ashfang. Now, the well you bring the gravity ones to does matter. Usually, you want to bring them either south, down here, which is what I just did, or bring them out to the right. The reason being is because these are the two easiest spots for the mage to shoot the first set of eyes. Instead of dragging them to a well that might spawn right here, the mage can't actually get in there because you can't shoot them from on top because they'll go straight down. The mage can't actually get behind the eyes to shoot them until it's already blown up. Versus these other spots where the mage can. They can be sitting right here, spam it right as they die, and spam eyes immediately. Well spawns usually form a triangle, as you can see right there. That eye was where the last well spawn was. Usually forms a triangle. I'll try to get a better angle. So one here, and one here. Generally, there's one along the bottom, one along this side, as if you can follow my AOTV, and then one along this side. You want to take the side with the skull closer and the sky closer to the volcano. The one thing to note about dragging the gravity followers as a tank is you don't want to move too quickly. Otherwise, you will lose aggro of some of these followers, and that can really throw off the timing of the Ashfang and make it go way, way slower. Because you'll also have to use multiple well spawns for that. Another pro tip, which I know I've said before, you can actually spawn Ashfang phases quicker by swinging at Ashfang. The only requirement is for all followers, so all of these guys right here, of the previous phase to be dead. So, second phase can spawn while the mage is actually shooting the eyes from the first phase. As long as all the followers are dead and the gravity followers have blown up, they can still be shooting eyes and the next phase can be started. Now, on to phase 2, which is actually the most important phase and also the hardest phase. The job of phase 2, mage has the easy job. After shooting eyes from phase 1, they immediately TP back to Ashfang and kill the red followers. This is also the most important phase to take out your claymore and start meleeing the blue ones, because the blue ones need to be dying extremely quickly, preferably before they even TP away from the gyro that brings them to the middle. The Burrs' job, they will do the exact same gyro, or at least one of them will do the exact same gyro as the previous mage, jumping and landing it right on top of Ashfang, except you are doing it for the second phase. Both Burrs', especially, but also Mage 2, need to kill the blues as fast as possible in order to complete the phase quickly. It takes about 6 to 7 seconds because the tank is already grabbing all the gravities and taking them to that first set of well spawn. This is usually the bottleneck and is also why you need 2 Burrs'. Tank is extremely important in this phase because they need to grab all the grays while not moving too quickly and drag them to a well spot that they had not previously been at. So if they went south first phase, then they should bring it over to the right, over here to this one. If they brought it out to the right first phase, then they should bring it down south to the well. I believe that this is the fastest spot to bring them to for second phase, so you probably want to bring them out to the right first phase, bring them straight down. It's also easier to maneuver that way, I believe, but it's always up to preference. This is also why SBE waypoints are extremely helpful, because you can see the waypoints of the wells themselves and don't have to look for the little spinny disc thingy. If done quickly enough, you should get the second phase of gravities within the first phase of wells, and you will have successfully done the well skip. That's another reminder, again, be sure not to move too quickly as to lose one of the gravity ones, because if you blow up 3 but there's still a gravity guy alive, you have all this downtime because you have to wait for the well spawns again, and you will lose out on the well skip. As another reminder, Tank is the one that shoots the eyes of the second phase, and Burrs is one of the Burses, probably the one that didn't gyro, is standing at Ashfang, swinging at him, trying to get the next phase to spawn, because this is where Burrs gets his bestiary. The third phase is also the easiest phase. If no eyes are missed and no deaths are had, because dying to Ashfang actually heals him, then you should only need 3 eyes to kill Ashfang. Due to this, everyone except for Tank needs to be spamming their hype in order to kill all the red followers. The other thing that Burses can do is they can leave Wither Goggles in their inventory and just swap before last phase in order to kill the reds even quicker. Mage's job is obviously to gyro. They gyro third phase, so they jump in and gyro and spam hype. Burses spam hype. The only job of Tank is to pop Jingle Bells right away and drag the gravity followers away from all players so that none of them get frozen. Doing this successfully should lead to 45-second to 50-second Ashfang bosses. Another useful tip that just simply helps with downtime is make sure you have the warp to the Kudra Skull. It's like 30 mil, but it saves you so much time instead of because you can just TP right over, bam, you're right at Ashfang. Instead of going to Isle every single time, having to TP all the way over the volcano, little bit of lag, come all the way over to Ashfang. That's like 20 seconds of downtime, 15 seconds of downtime, 10 seconds, whatever it is per boss. That's a lot of downtime. So with that, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment them down below. Check out the Twitch. I stream at twitch.tv/TheOGYadi. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.